Well, they're gonna get cut up. Slightly chilly.
Doing your coffee.
Yo, you're a mind reader.
I practice.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I thought Mary over here was sharing some of the secrets with me. She reads my mind too. Either that or I'm a regular and y'all know what I drink.
One or the other.
I prefer to think it's magic. Makes me seem crazy in public. Would you take my money, sir? Oh, it's 1963. I wonder if anything famous happened that year. Sometimes if people don't enunciate right, I can't tell the difference between them saying irregular or irregular. I go to Starbucks all the time. I'm a regular. Yep, and coffee's laxative. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Nope, they got cups for water. It's required for coffee.
Thank you.
Yep. Water is one of my favorite redneck words because you can use it almost anywhere. What are you doing? And it's more appropriate than the other redneck words I know. Nope, I don't hate any of the people on the
I don't think that is Nebraska.
No, me neither. Most Nebraskans are not big fans of Nebraska. You know what Nebraska? All right, I might have told you one of those yesterday, but it's one of my favorites. Knock knock.
What's that?
Good morning. Here's something I was wondering about. All right, so if I come in, kind of like the world's most important question. Why do hot dogs come in packages of 10, but hot dog buns come in packages of 8? And it's warm.
What's wrong with what? Thanks.
Bet your money a bubble.
Coconut milk.
I got out to where I was going. I was going to
She's one of my favoriteest people in this town. She knows things other people don't know because she's been places a lot of other people haven't. She's from a society I once knew a little bit better. All right. Our lives ain't perfect. Things are screwed up everywhere, and life happens. When we work together, we get something out of it, though. And that's the one thing I try to impart on everybody. We the people means we. It doesn't mean I. It doesn't mean expecting things from others that you're not willing to contribute yourself. Now, I said willing and not able for a reason. We got to have the best person for the job, right? Is every man on the planet gonna be representing the United States in the Olympics? No, not every man on the planet is from America. Not every man on the planet is an excellent runner or an excellent shot putter. Each one of these people have specialized in a skill. And that skill is what we rely on them for. And you guys care about the bread and circuses. You care about the entertainment. You care about the NFL, the NBA. You care about hockey. You care about NASCAR. You care about the competition. We always want to watch the competition and we want to root for one side or the other. Why don't we get actively involved? See, here's the difference between the NFL and the United States. In the NFL, you don't get a whole lot of say-so, except in whether or not you buy tickets. But when it comes to the United States, this affects all of us, and we all get to take part. If our active role is inactivity, well, it's still an active role. You live in the United States. That makes you an active participant in everything that happens. Now that kind of seems counterintuitive and kind of stupid, don't it? Well, I agree. I believe that if you are not a rapist, but your brother is, I don't believe that that should affect you. I don't believe that that's something that people should harm you for, berate you for, or look down upon you for, treat you differently for. But it's still going to happen, isn't it? Some of y'all might have noticed that I make fun of fat people and skinny people. Some of you might have noticed that I make fun of men. Some of you might have noticed I make fun of women. Some of you might have noticed I make fun of white people. Some of you might have noticed I make fun of black people. Some of y'all just might have noticed that I make fun of people. And I absolutely do. I try to make fun of every group, every skin color, every religion. I also try to show the good and the bad in every society. And the idea that you have to take the bad with the good is entirely wrong. When it comes to human beings, you know what? You can, if you choose to, take the bad with the good. Let's say you find out your husband is murdering people or raping your kid. Sure, he's fun to be around a lot of the time. Sure, some of the activities you go out and do, you go to the park, you go to the movies, you go to all these other places and you have fun, right? But then, of course, there's that part where once every month or two, maybe you go 3 or 4 months without killing somebody, he's going to bring a fucking body home. Are you going to take the good with the bad on that, or are you going to turn his ass in? I'd hope you'd turn his ass in. Now the cops here, some of them just gotta go. They're not gonna be allowed to stick around after what's been going down. And I don't mean that on my behalf. I mean, they're being investigated and they've done some fucked up shit. It's just unfortunate that nobody's helping them to reach out to my channel or my evidence. I don't like crooked cops. Oh my God. Alright, I just happened to cross a really good and really bad idea. It's right here. Just the right size that it can be pushed over this. Oh, not that direction. This direction. Yeah. Oh, wow. That'd make one hell of a projectile. Not something that I'd want to mess with, because if you don't get the hole perfectly centered, it's going to still sprawl a bit, but I just happened to pick up two things and go, wow. Alright, let's get back to the world, right? The world that we live in. The situation in Ukraine. All the explosives there. I've been posting up a whole bunch of guns and RPGs on my Facebook. And of course, pictures on the front of these here YouTube videos. And I'm doing that for a reason. Lots of people are familiar with what the fuck those are. I've had more than one person from the Balkans tell me about how they had an RPG-7 not next to the door. That's kind of an American thing, I guess. Having a gun right behind the door. That's the worst place to put it, in my opinion. Especially if you're an intruder who is, in most cases, somebody who knows you. That intruder comes into your house, they know right where your gun is. You don't set it by the front door. You should, if you have a stairwell, set it in the stairwell. We can cover the reasons for that later. There's a lot of stuff that I know how to do. Some of it just from watching YouTube videos. Some of it from having friends that are Nebraskans through and through. And you learn Nebraska skills. That's primarily your drinking and shooting skills. And when you're drinking and shooting, sometimes you come up with bad ideas like building stuff that blows up skills. And that's, well, frankly, that's quite a bit of being a Nebraskan. My grandpa Bruns died with over 200 guns. He owned over 200 guns, not he had 200 guns strapped to him. The asshole died of colon cancer. I mean, what the hell other kind of cancer is an asshole able to get? No big surprise there. We as Americans, we're used to having that gun behind the door. And rightly so. We're Americans. It's our right. That Second Amendment is for protecting our First Amendment rights and, of course, our other rights as well. But you have to use it that way. If you're only willing to use the Second Amendment when they try to take your Second Amendment, you've already missed out on what the Second Amendment is there for. It's to protect the First Amendment. And if they're coming for your guns, it means that you did not exercise your First Amendment rights. You have the right to talk about whatever the fuck you want. But inactivity and just talking to the wrong people doesn't get much done, does it? How many people, after Natalie disappeared, called the cops with me? How many of them went in with me to turn into evidence? How many of them who said that they would help me turn in evidence, when I sent them evidence, how many helped to turn it in? None. I was trying to explain to these people, hey, you have to make the calls with me. What they're going to do is they're going to send me around in circles and say it's nobody's job. After they've done that for 6 to 8 months or longer, then they'll tell me what the protocols are. I'll say, oh, well, next time. No, not next time. There have been dozens of next times in between the first time the cops here were fucking goddamn douchebags and today. When you don't help the victim to turn in their predator right away, that allows the predator access to them and access to other victims. I'm trying not to cry like a sissy. You're welcome.